Okay, y'all. Hey, I'm here with another video. We're here for P-Valley season 1, episode 3, I believe. So this episode in particular was directed by, how do you say her name? Millicent Shelton, which I like that name because it's like Maleficent, but it's not. She has done a lot of different shows. She's done some stuff for 30 Rock. She's done The Flash. Fun fact, she actually started off as a wardrobe production assistant for Do the Right Thing in 1989. So shout out to her. This episode, I would say as a whole, I love the way that this episode was shot. Well, I love the series in general. I love the way everything is shot, but there were so many different particular scenes that I'll point out that the imagery, the shot, everything. So let's get into it because I got a lot of notes. So let's get to it. All right. So we start off with Mercedes. She's on a pole. She's killing it. She's doing her thing. Mercedes, as I keep saying, is literally one of the baddest. Oh, she's so bad. It's not even funny. She's so bad. So she's on a pole. She's killing it. Now, it kind of looks like it's just her and one man there. And you see the man pretty much all up in her ear, trying to tell her, like, you come stay with me. I'll take care of you. Apparently, he's like a coach or something like that for some damn basketball team. But, he's all telling her, you can come and stay with me. I'll take care of you. I'll do this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. And she's just like, nigga, you can't afford me for real. And I like this scene because there are always niggas in the club, always niggas, aka Drake, who be trying to come and quote unquote save somebody from the club. And then once they actually do get in a relationship with them and try to be with them, they can't handle all of the extra shit. Because trust me, I've been seeing this story play out too many times. Like I said, Drake is literally known for trying to quote unquote save girls and get them out of the club. I mean, he don't do that no more. What did he say? I used to save hoes with a cape, whatever, in the Money Grave song. Regardless, he don't do it no more. But I thought that was interesting because you always got the niggas trying to come, be like, don't worry, I can give you a better situation. I can put you up, and then they'll be trying to hold into the end of the deal, or they get too jealous, or it's a whole bunch of other bullshit. So yeah, I like that. So we switch over, we see Autumn. She's at a wig shop, and she's trying on all of these different wigs, and she lands on, like, this blonde straight wig or whatever. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Autumn was feeling herself this episode with this damn wig. I don't know if it brought the inner white woman out of her, an entitlement or whatever, but that blonde wig, she was giving the whole episode. She was feeling herself, okay? So you see, we switch over to Andre, and you see Andre's been texting her or whatever. He texted her last night. Ooh, that shit, it was fire last night. I'm sorry. Is it just me, or is that not corny? Is that not corny that we had sex or whatever, phone sex, and then you text me the next morning saying, oh, last night was fire? Like, my nigga, it was fire. It was what it was. Just leave it alone. But he kept hitting her up, and you could see that she's not responding. Thirsty, Andre. Like Clifford said to your ass at the end, yo thirsty ass, okay? So like I said, she was feeling herself with that wig, and she's at the bar and stuff like that. So they back at the club, and she's dancing on guys and stuff. Like I said, she feeling herself with that blonde wig, but the reason you can see she's kind of in that state is because she's throwing back them drinks. Now, y'all know Autumn is a full-blown alcoholic. She got a lot of problems, but that alcohol is that thing got a grab on her. So she goes into the back or whatever to talk to Clifford and tells, lies and says, well, she didn't lie, but she kind of omitted the truth. She was like, I didn't get any information off of him or whatever. I'm like, I called and I left a message and he didn't pick up. So she was like, well, I need my ID. The reason she needs her ID is because, remember last episode, she did the bank transfer $9,000 from Lakeisha Savage to, pretty much to herself. So she needs the ID. If you guys don't know, if you've ever picked up Western Union before, when you go pick up money transfers, you need your ID. So because Clifford has her ID, she is fucked. So she needs it still. So he's pretty much telling her, girl, I ain't giving you shit until you come back with more. It's just that simple. So then we go over and we see Andre and the mayor. So I forgot to say this last week. I said he was Jaha, which that's true, but I'm so slow and I forgot his name. His damn name is Isaiah Washington. Isaiah Washington in everything. He was in Grey's, then got kicked off for Grey's, and that was a whole debacle. But regardless, I love Isaiah Washington as an actor. I think he's amazing. So anyway, come to find out, the mayor is Andre's godfather, okay? So they're sitting there having a conversation pretty much about everything that's going on, the dealings, the casino, the stuff like that, and the third. And as the conversation's going on, like, you could tell the mayor, he's just very, he's very self-centered. He wants to name all of the shit that they're going to be making, naming after him. And Andre's just a little bit confused because he didn't understand. Like, he was like, no, you told me it was going to be this way, but now it's this way. And you're trying to do this, but you can't do that. Pretty much this whole conversation was his godfather trying to tell him, bitch, it's just politics at the end of the day. All of this shit is dirty. So, yes, I pay this person off. I pay the police off. I pay these people to try to make sure that the casino is coming. I have to pay off all of these people and then some to make sure that all of this shit is running. He was like, oh, I guess that's why they call it Dirty South. Now, that's why it's called politics. Even when it comes to building shit, even when it comes to real estate, it's all politics at the end of the day. And he brought up a good point because he was pretty much saying to him, like, you need telling Andre, you need to keep this on the low, because if any of them church folk, which we all know the South is the Bible, okay? Bible Belt, sorry. If they find out that there's a casino that's going to be built here, they not going to be with it. The people are not going to be with it. So we just going to go ahead and do it. Now, this whole thing, wait, I'm trying to think if I want to talk about it now or kind of wait. We'll get to it. We'll get to that part in a little bit. I also wrote down that Andre said it smells like rain. I'm like, yes, please give me the southern twangs, smelling the rain. That's a grandma type of thing. Anyway. So again, like I said, so she needed the ID to get the 9,000 in cash. So, Autumn, while she's thinking about that, because she goes outside and gets a cigarette from Diamond, so she's pretty much like, all right, let me hit up this nigga back. So she texts Andre back. They go to this little diner or whatever. And, shout out to my subscriber last week, because she put, well, not last week, but a couple days ago, she watched my review from last week. She put underneath the comments that she thought that Andre was married. And I didn't catch that, but you were right. So shout out to you, okay? Shout out to her. She caught it, saying that Andre was married. And, you can see it flashes. The camera pans and you see his ring. So she's like, oh, well, what about your wife? Like, how's she doing? Like, where's she at? Trying to get more information out of him. And, he's just like, well, she's over there. And he didn't really want to talk about it clearly. So she's like, well, she must miss you, with you out here trying to do all of this work on her for the casino. She's trying to fish for information. He's like, keep it down. She's like, well, what the fuck I'm keeping it down for? Like, what's the big deal? She was like, well, it's not. He's like, it's not official yet, so we can't be too loud about it. So you got this older man, which I noticed to most people, people might not pay attention to this type of shit, but I appreciate when people give older people and older black people in particular roles, because they're like, I hope y'all know, like, older people, they act too. So shout out to whoever gave that man that role. I know it was a quick speaking role, but I like little stuff like that. Anyway, so the old man is sitting there. He's just like, hey, you guys look like a cute couple. Andre's about to be like, no, we're not a couple. She's like, yeah, we about to go somewhere. So he tells them this story about how they should go visit this place called, I think he said the Mounds or something like that. And while he's talking about it, you can, like, the camera, that's what I'm saying. The directing in this show is fucking amazing, okay? They're panning in slowly into her face while he's talking about it. You can tell that she's kind of, like, flashing back and think of what he's saying. Now, I don't remember the story in whole, but it has something to do with the fact that, you had black people that was pretty much making their way towards, I don't know, wherever, and they would put sticks up to help them show which way to go, and how every time somebody died, they had to pretty much carry that person with them. And I guess all of that was just playing on her mind, in regards to her situation. We still don't know her situation as a whole, but we kind of know a little bit about it, okay? So then, Andre's like, oh, yeah, my mom used to take me to the mountains all the time. We should go. So then you got Mercedes, Mississippi, and I can't think of the white girl, but we're going to call her Vanilla. We're going to call her Vanilla because that's what they would call me. They call me Chocolate. So anyway, so we got Mercedes, Mississippi, and Vanilla. They come into the diner, and they see both of them sitting there, Andre and Autumn, so they bring their ass over there, rude as hell, sitting next to them or whatever. So Andre gets up and leave. He's like, don't worry, y'all, I'll pay for y'all food. You damn Skippy gonna pay for my food. So Mercedes pretty much, Autumn, is like, okay, well, y'all, I'm gonna leave. So she gets her shit and she leaves. So the whole time, actually, I want to talk about the conversation that they had really fast. The conversation that was had at the table with Mercedes, Mississippi, and the Vanilla girl was they was all talking about pretty much like how different niggas, be like, how they have different patrons and stuff like that who be trying to be they men. And so they was talking about how Mercedes, how she got the one basketball coach who we seen in the beginning trying to make her a kept ass wife. How Mississippi, I mean, granted, she got her own nigga, but she got another nigga that comes to the club all the time that be trying to spin bags on her. And then the white girl was talking about how her boyfriend she met at the club. So I like that little aspect of it too. That's cute, because niggas really do be going to the club to like find somebody to wife, and y'all might not think that, but that's facts. So then we switch. So we see Corbin on, he's plowing the field or whatever. This is what I mean about imagery. I don't know why, but to me, I found the imagery very striking that there is granted, Corbin is half black, but he looks like a white man. It's a white man in a machine picking up cotton. And then on the other end, so this half of the screen, you see a white man pretty much picking cotton. But then on this side, you see and I forgot, I'm sorry, I don't want to be rude because I don't know exactly how they identify. I think, what did they say? Did they say transsexual? I don't know. I don't remember exactly what it is that the show called Uncle Clifford. But then you got Uncle Clifford, who is a, black, I don't want to call him trans, but maybe he is, I don't know, black gender fluid man or whatever, and all his do-ups and stuff like that. And he's just kind of standing there strong. I don't know why, but that imagery was just very poignant to me. I don't know if it was done on purpose, but it was very like symbolic to me in a lot of different ways. Anyway, so Corbin gets out, and he's talking to Uncle Clifford, and Uncle Clifford's pretty much like, so little boy, why you ain't tell me what's going on with the casino? Like, come on, I've been keeping your secrets since I known you, whatever, so what's up? So Corbin pretty much just explains the plan again, like, look, we are not trying, they want to sell the land, I want to lease the land. If we lease the land, we will make up to like $10 million or whatever. And so Uncle Clifford, he's like, oh, so that's what y'all want to do. Okay, all right, I get it. And you could tell that they've had a friendship or whatever, or a relationship, whatever the hell you want to call it. Because Clifford said, he was like, if I didn't tell, back in the day when we was in school that, your father, was who he was, then why would I tell anything now? So, he made a good point, Clifford. He was like, ain't this some shit? The son of the maid is now running the plantation. If that ain't reparations for your ass, I said, period. So, I'm sorry. Also, Uncle Clifford gonna say, when they was talking about the resort, he was like, a resort? All the people from the mother casino? Like, he didn't even say it all the way. He said, from the mother casino? Come on now. Killing me. Okay, so then we go over and we see Mercedes' mama. She's at church and she's practicing on the pulpit and doing all of the extra stuff that y'all know how she do. So Mercedes pretty much just came to tell her, look, mama, I need my money. She's like, well, what you need your money for? Bitch, I need my money because, hold on, I'm trying to think if I missed something. Wait, I feel like I didn't. Yeah, actually, we're going to get there. We're getting there right now. Okay, so yeah, so she's like, I need my money, so I can get my studio. And so the mama, she's like, so you really about to retire? Yes, mama, so give me my money so I can retire, okay? So she was like, all right, I'll give it to you. I don't know, but I don't think that the mama's going to give it to her. I think she's going to bullshit her. I either think she's not going to be able to find the money, or she's not gonna, I don't know. I feel something in the water ain't clean. I don't think she's just gonna give her that money back. But she ran up to her and she hugged her and stuff like that. So then we go over to Mercedes going to practice. Now, before we get to practice, you can see on her phone, which I love how they split in like social media into this because that's real life shit. And I like how like even like when the girls are dancing, like before they dance, how Mississippi is always on social media, because that's real shit. That's really how it be. The girls really be on social media trying to hype everybody up to come to the club. So I like how they add that in. Anyway, you see on her phone, the girls, at first, when I first seen it, I thought it was girls from the club. But then I'm looking, first of all, I'm reading it, and I'm like, no, that doesn't make any sense, like what was said on the shorts. And I'm like, second of all, the girls at the strip club, they're built. Like, they're built. Like, these look like little itty-bitty-bitties. Come to find out, her whole team was trying to do, like, a twerking challenge or something like that, and the best 20 twerkers or some shit like that. So she had them doing these fucking these exercises, whatever. She was cursing them the fuck out. She said, bless y'all thotty asses. I died. I straight died. So you got the one little girl who tried to pull the feminist role, like, well, I don't want to be told what to do with my body and this, that, and the third. Girl, shut the fuck up. Like she said, I'm so tired of your feminist ass. Shut the fuck up. It don't count in this situation, and it really the fuck don't. And then on top of that, another girl, I knew this was going to happen eventually. Another girl was like, well, you do it or whatever. And she was like, but you want to know what? I get paid to do it. I said, yes, Mercedes. You're out here shaking your ass for free. That's what the biggest problem. I'm here for. I mean, they shouldn't be doing it, period. But everything Mercedes said is fact. And I'm getting paid to shake my ass. What are y'all getting? Nothing. And I'm going to bring up what she said at the end to the girl because it was facts. So she told them, bitch, I'm going to get to these toe touches. I'm sorry. You got to be on these kids nowadays, especially like with social media. Because granted, when I was growing up, the most thing that we could really do was MySpace. And Facebook came towards like, people being heavy on Facebook came towards like the middle of me being in high school. I'll say maybe like around 10th grade is when everybody kind of started getting on Facebook heavy. But prior to that, like when I was like around these girls' ages, like all I really had was MySpace. There wasn't MySpace and Facebook. There was no Snapchat. Instagram was very, very new, so you couldn't really do much on there. So as far as monitoring your kids, you still need to monitor kids, but it's not the same as it is back now. And that little girl is full of shit. The little girl who's talking about the Snapchat, talking about something, oh, we just gonna put her on Snap, and as soon as you put it up, it erases. Bullshit. It takes 24 hours for it to erase. And not only that, but the point of the matter is people, especially now, it used to be that you couldn't do this back in the day on Snapchat, but now you can screen record and you can screenshot on Snapchat. So cut the shit. Y'all was trying to be some little fast ass little hoes. That's what it was. So anyway, so she got them, doing their little toe touches. So then we get back over and we see Mississippi and Vanilla. They are, this whole scene, like this whole situation, it was just amazing to me. Like, oh, they're so strong and they're so athletic, and it pisses me off that people don't give them their Do you see what these women are doing on these poles? It's Cirque du Soleil. I keep telling y'all they're not hoes, but I'm just saying. I like Kid Fury said that one time. Shout out to Kid Fury, and it has always stuck with me. It's Cirque du Soleil. That's what it is. It's literally Cirque du Soleil. It's just women with no clothes on, but they're amazing. Okay, so you got Mississippi and Vanilla, they're doing it first because there's 3 poles, one on this side, one on the side, one in the middle. So they're doing their thing. Then you see Mercedes come in. Mercedes like, nah, don't worry, y'all. Like, I'm ready to practice. They go and they do that one little trick that I always see, which is where you got the 3 girls on the top, like 3 girls on a pole. So you got Mercedes that's on the top, kind of like standing. Then you got Mississippi who's kind of like this, and then you got the white girl underneath who's kind of like doing other stuff. If y'all ever watch, actually, I'm gonna tell y'all, if you ever watch the Money video with Cardi, that there is a point in that video towards the end, like when she comes out and she's doing on a pole, if you pause during that little part, there is a part where you see 3 versions of her on the pole. That's what that move was. And I've seen it a couple times, like to a couple strip clubs. I love it. I think it's amazing. It shows all of the strength I got. But anyway, while Mercedes is up there, you can Mississippi, her hands start shaking, so she, gets down, goes into the back. Clearly, her nigga done probably whooped her ass again, and she's putting some ice on it. She sees fine ass Diamond in the back. Okay, Diamond, I just don't understand why her and Diamond just won't fuck. Like, go ahead, Mississippi, just give it to him because he looked like a good man. He looked like he'll beat that thing out the frame, but he'll still take care of you and bring you like some orange juice or something like that afterwards. He seems like a nice guy. I need her to just go ahead. So before they can get too hot and heavy, her baby's crying, so she goes, to go and do that. Now, everybody's getting ready backstage to get ready. And Mississippi, like I said before, she was on her little social media, hyping everybody up, telling them to come to the club. Mississippi, every time I look at her, like when she be on she is such a beautiful woman. Like, her face, like her skin, first of all, her skin regimen, I'm going to need. But she's such a beautiful freaking woman. She's so beautiful. Shout out to Mississippi. So, yeah, so she's trying to do her little, her social media, but the baby's crying. So she's asking people, can you watch the baby? Can you watch the baby? Everybody like, girl. But she sees Autumn, and, Autumn takes the baby. Now, when Autumn takes the baby, she has a flashback, and you can see her. It's raining outside, and you can see her running with the child, and she's putting the child in the car. The baby's crying all crazy, and she's trying to get the baby in the seat. Then you kind of flash again, and you see like blood all over her. So so clearly, like I said, she had a child. I'm just very interested in figuring out what all happened there. Okay. So anyway, so then we got the Trinity performance, which again, like I said, was Mercedes, Mississippi, and Vanilla. Y'all did that. When I'm telling, I don't even got no cash on me. Bruh, y'all could have, if I was there, y'all would have took all of the money. Bruh, it looked, first of all, that whole night looked like it was fun as hell. Everybody was going the fuck up. Uncle Clifford was killing me on the MC. He's really like my favorite person on this whole show. I love Uncle Clifford. He is a fucking key. He was killing me on the MC, killing the MC and funny as hell. But like I said, y'all three bitches did that. Mississippi over here swinging from Mississippi to California, okay? Vanilla over here giving you what she got, giving you a scoop or two, okay? And Mercedes is, like he said, being the bottom bitch that she is, bucking up that pole. And Mercedes is one of those, like somebody said in another review, she's one of those aggressive strippers. So like, y'all ever like go to a strip club and y'all see like the girls who be like clapping they feet, they shoes hard as fuck? She goes hard as fuck. So anyway, they're on the poles fucking it up. So Autumn drunk ass is at the bar trying to get some more drinks. And like she said, she's like, this is water. Slow it down, Yellowbone, Redbone. Slow down, because you looking a hot, drunk-ass mess. Going over and asking the niggas to get her drinks. So finally, she sees all the girls up on stage, and I could tell that it's her being drunk. It's her trying to get attention. It's her being the little tension that's going on between her and Mercedes. So she walks her drunk ass up on the stage. So Uncle Clifford's like, oh, okay, all right. So at first, when she first did that, I'm like, this is not going to end well, because you are literally cutting into somebody else's, like, time on stage. That's not going to go over well. But whatever. So Mercedes is looking at her. She tried to get on the pole, try to do a couple things. So I feel like the whole thing with Mercedes was twofold as far as her going to the pole. I think it was two things. Number one, I really think it was because she even said to her, she's like, girl, you're drunk as hell, get down. But when she seen that she was on the pole, I really think the reason she went underneath her was to make sure that if she did fall, that she would catch her. That's my personal opinion, not to say that it's true, but I think that's kind of why she went over to the pole, to try to make sure, girl, if you're not about to get super fucked up on this stage, because you're going to just blow the whole mood. So Autumn gets up on the pole, start doing little stuff. So Mercedes gets underneath the pole, underneath her, starts doing some stuff. And like I said, like I put on my damn notes, Mercedes is like Beyonce when it comes to like this performance. She ain't gonna miss a fucking beat. My good sis Mercedes took that drunk ass situation and she flipped that shit to make them more fucking money. She got Autumn ass on the floor, started humping the fuck out of her, getting all of this money. I'm like, Mercedes, that's how you do it. You gotta get this bread, bitch. Get this bread. So after they get off the stage or whatever, she pushes her, bitch, stay your drunk ass the fuck off of here. And Autumn's like, oh, you're this mad? It seems like everybody likes it. No, bitch, you're drunk as hell, okay? And like she said, I'm not about to get hurt, or nobody else is about to get hurt because of you and your nonsense. Because I don't think people realize that you really can get... Do y'all see the acrobats that they're doing on these damn poles? You can really get hurt if you go up there doing some stupid ass shit. I know everybody's seen that video of Miami Tip, who was now in Love and Hip Hop Miami, when she, you know, because everybody knows she was a stripper or whatever. And I know everybody's seen that video of that one trick that she do. A lot of them, they go all the way to the top and they drop and they stop right before they hit the floor. And that pole shook and she hit the damn floor and her whole fucking mouth jaw was broken. That's the shit that we're talking about, Autumn. Keep your light-skinned drunk ass off the stage. And like Mercedes said, bitch, don't you dare come and fucking touch my pole. How dare you? That's like as a server, if I serve this whole table and then you come at the end to try to clean and rake up the tips. Bitch, I'll be damned. So I understand where Mercedes come from. I understand. I get it. Again, music. Bitch, when I heard slop on my knob like corn on a cob, I was super hyped. I'm like, yes, whoever, music is on point as always, okay? So we see Lil Murder, whatever, he pulls up to this little high school. Now at first, and he was talking to this guy, and I'm like, but the guy he looked like he's in high school, and he's sitting here, he's talking to him. So I'm looking at him, and I'm like, well, clearly this is the guy that Uncle Clifford told him to talk to, right? Or something like that. But then it hits me later when he gets out of the car. This is the little nigga that DJ at the Pink. So this little nigga is in high school. He ain't even supposed to be DJing at this place. Lord have mercy. Okay, so whatever. So Lil Murder takes the guy. They go and they listen to his music or whatever. And pretty much the guy's just telling him pretty much everything that he needs to hear, which is it's okay, but it's not the best. You need something that's gonna knock, especially for these females. If you're gonna be in this club, you need something that's gonna knock, like they can shake their ass to, like. And this is not it. He was telling him about the 808s and all this other stuff. He's like, bro, you're talking weird shit. He's like, no, I'm talking to you about music. Again, I will keep pointing it out every episode. the music aspect of how y'all tying this in, very, very, very fucking good. I will keep saying it till the show go off. Most songs get broke in a strip club. I will say it every episode. Y'all get mad. I don't care. It's fact. Okay. So anyway, so then, so he told him, it needs a little bit more work. So then we have Andre and Autumn. They are finally at the mounds or whatever, and they being all cute or whatever, run up to the hill. So she's trying to pretty much, fish for more information. This is what I wanted to bring up because I said I was going to bring it up before, but I can bring it up now. Okay, so she pretty much said to him, well, when you do get the casino, right, and all of the resort here, what's going to happen to everybody else that lives around here? Shout out to the show for pointing out gentrification, and it reminds me of the whole situation with the Barclays Center. Now, I'm originally from New York. I'm from Brooklyn originally, and I didn't live like right there, like, downtown Brooklyn, like where the Barclays Center is, but I have massive family that do. I literally have a cousin that literally lives maybe like she lives on Dean Street, so that's maybe like 3 blocks away from the actual, Barclays Center. She ain't lose her house, but she damn sure lost her parking spot. My cousin nor her husband can no longer park in front of their damn house. They literally cannot park in front of their damn house because anytime there's an event, they can't. They cannot. They literally have to pay to put their shit in a garage that's a couple things down the street. So when I'm saying that to say, when the whole situation with the Barclays Center was happening, it was very big contention around it because it's like, okay, yes, you're bringing jobs to the area, but you are doing a lot of like real estate stuff, like you're knocking down a lot of buildings, you're building shit up. So what are you doing? You're gonna be displacing a whole lot of people, and that's why to this day a lot of people still kind of look at Jay-Z funny for how he handled that situation, because they dead ass used Jay-Z as the front man to say, yeah, we're going to bring the Nets to Brooklyn. But you didn't say logistically how that was going to work out. You didn't say that massive people was going to have to move. You didn't fucking say that this, that, and the third was going to happen. So everything that she's saying is legit. Y'all try to come into these communities and build it all up, but then y'all fuck over everybody else that's there. I'm sorry about that. He was bothering me. So yeah. So I found that very interesting. The whole thing of gentrification is all up and down to this. I'm here for it. So anyway, they're talking, and eventually they get real heated and nasty. So they take it back to his crib where they're like about to fuck or whatever. And she sees his laptop. They about to fuck. She say, "Do you have a condom?" He say no, and is about to keep going. Trifling, fucking trifling. She told him, "You better get a fucking condom." Niggas are so nasty. That's so nasty. That's so nasty. Anyway, he goes to get a condom. When he goes to get the condom or whatever, it's funny because the little hotel person, the person at the front desk, kind of like shades him because he see that he married. But anyway, Autumn hops her ass. She asks him to open up his laptop so that she can watch porn, so that she can still be in the mood. Good eye. Went through all his stuff, found all of the plans, sent it to herself, and then right before he got there, she seen that said gallery, and she clicked on the picture. And I remember a couple episodes, on the first episode, when he seen the picture of her, instead of putting it into the like file with everything else, he put it into his gallery. She found that picture. So when he got back to the hotel, she was no longer there. Whew. So, oh my gosh, like I said, y'all, I'm so sorry. This shit is going to be super long. Okay. So then we get to the church group, and we get to like church, and the mom is sitting there with everybody. And pretty much the preacher had said that if she got the money, before he alluded last time that if she got the money, that he would pretty much make her a preacher. He's going to another church. He ain't going to make her a preacher. He's going to make somebody else, and said, oh, well, women is the backbone, but you got to respect your elders. Bitch, I could go on a whole 20, 30-minute rant about the church and how they treat women, but if you really want to know, go watch my Clark Sisters movie review if you really want me to get into it. I ain't gonna even go that hard on it. So so then we got Chocolate and Vanilla back on stage. I put this in my notes in all caps. Mississippi is fire, and I'm gonna keep saying it. She is fire. Oh my gosh, she's so good on the pole. She's a beautiful woman. I'll be here all day. Okay. So then one of the brothers, I'm not sure. I gotta go back and see. Is this one of the brothers that was from the plantation? Maybe not. I gotta go back and double check. But anyway, some little white boy come. Well, first some black men come. Mississippi see him, hop off the stage, go with him. Then the white girl see the little white boy come, and she hop off the stage, hop on to him. So they go into the back or whatever, and they about to fuck or whatever the case may be. Uncle Clifford come back and come to find out. Remember them trucks that we were seeing in the back in the beginning? He pretty much gets a cut for helping that nigga move his stuff. So that's pretty much what the fuck it was that was. So finally, let's get to the last little bit. So Autumn pretty much goes to Clifford and shows him, because Andre comes back to the room and realizes that she found it and she's gone. Autumn goes back to the place, to the Pink, shows Uncle Clifford everything it is that she has, pretty much showing that, they're trying to get rid of the Pink. Like, they want the resort, like, they want part of the resort to be, where the Pink is. So that's pretty much what it is that you got to worry about. So he's like, okay, I'll give you your ID, but I need you to do one more thing. So he takes her phone and texts Andre. Andre pops up or whatever to the place. We'll get into Mercedes at the end. Andre pops up at the place or whatever, to the little room with the clouds or whatever, thinking he's going to see Autumn, but he doesn't. It's Uncle Clifford. Uncle Clifford is just pretty much trying to get into his, like, trying to understand, like, I see that y'all pretty much trying to run me out of town, so, like, tell me more. He's like, well, what more is there to tell y'all? I told you I can't tell you anything. He's like, bitch, I'm not going no the fuck where. Like he said, and you lucky that if your wife don't come in here, I'll tell her about your thirsty ass and tell him, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of here. So, Andre is bye. Okay, and then, so because, Autumn was able to do that for Uncle Clifford, he was able to give her her ID. Hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. He was able to give her her ID so that she, at the very end, the last scene is her going to pick up her $9,000 in cash, okay? Lady was like, you have 30 minutes, so good. So let's get over to the whole thing with Mercedes, okay? So like I said before, so remember, Mercedes was cursing out all of the girls, for doing that little crazy party. Now, after she's done performing, she's in the back, and all of the girls is looking on their phone. She comes and looks. All of the girls that she know pretty much that's on her team is having a nasty ass party. Like, that party looked disgusting. Like, it looked like grown men was there and ass shaking and whipped cream. It looked a mess. Granted, I've been to parties as a teenager, but I ain't never been to no shit that looked like that. Not how it looked on Snapchat. That shit looked insane. So she gets to the house or whatever, and it was funny because when she first pulled up, one of the little teenage boys was like, ooh, who bad bitch is that? He was like, nah, somebody look like they about to get their ass whooped. Yes, he could tell. He was like, I ain't look at her face. And she looked like somebody's mom. And she looked like she about to beat somebody's ass. So she come into the house, she shut all of that shit down. She's like, have y'all lost y'all damn mind? This is what the fuck y'all gonna do? And then one of the little girls tried to run out. She's like, bitch, how you gonna run and you live here? How you gonna run and you live here? Bitch, I would have ran too, so I understand. So then you see, later everybody leaves out. And you see her and the one girl. I think her name is Tanika. I don't know, I'm gonna call her T because I can't think of her full name, but she's in the house with T or whatever. She's talking to her like, girl, you need to clean this shit up. Like, your mom, like, like your mom or whatever, like, she ain't here, to help pick up after your stuff. Like, you would do this when she's out of town, blah, 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 blah. She just pretty much telling her, she was like, you're a beautiful woman. You get it from your mama. Now, at first, I'm like, okay, I didn't read much into that. She's like, you get it from your mama, but I'm telling you right now, you're going to get it like you're using your looks the wrong way, and you keep it up this way, you're going to be bent the fuck over with your panties around your ankles getting bucked from the back. That's not what she said, but that's pretty much exactly what she said. And I said, tell her, these is facts. Y'all little kids, I'm having this problem right now with my sister. My sister is 14. She's about to turn 14. And we literally had to go on a whole exhibition to explain to her why she can't get her hair the way that she wanted. This little girl want a 24-inch weave with a part down the middle all the way down to her ass, and we had to really explain to her to why that's not the best for you right this second when you're 13 years old. Okay, this is the problem. Y'all think that y'all grown, like she said. You think that you're grown until you actually end up in a situation. And this is what she said. That was very poignant. And so then, so she was like, yeah, you're just going to get, you have to have pretty much higher self-esteem. You can't just be letting these niggas run around you and do whatever. And, she was just pretty much like, well, you talking about they didn't want me, but you didn't want me or whatever. Like, at least, like, you didn't want me or whatever. You gave me up. And she runs upstairs. I'm like, So come to find out, that's her daughter. Technically, that's Mercedes' daughter. That Mercedes, I guess, gave up maybe when she was maybe like a teenager or something like that. And so then the adopted mama comes in. I really don't know exactly who she is yet. They don't really say too much, but she looks around the house. She's like, what the fuck is going on here? And she's like, yeah, she's like, thank you, she's like, I'm glad that you called me. Like, this is a hot ass mess. I don't understand what she's thinking. And, she's just like, I'm glad, pretty much that you have custody of her. Well, she ain't said that she's glad that she has custody of her, but they just kind of talked about, pretty much how, she said that she kept her because it was, what did he say her name? What did she say his name was? I don't know, but she said she kept them because she knew it was somebody else's daughter, and that's why she took custody of the child or whatever. And the adopted mom is pretty much trying to say that she don't want her to be on a dance team anymore because it seems like she's focused on the wrong thing. She's focused more on her body and popping her ass and all this other stuff, and she probably gets it from you and watching you and everything it is that you do. So I want her to not do this anymore. I want her to be focused on her grades. Now Mercedes is like, I understand, but this is the only way I get to see her. If she's not on this team, how else am I going to be able to see her? And she's like, I understand, but we gotta like reshift her focus. So she tells her thank you and she goes upstairs. So that's pretty much the episode. Like I said, y'all, that's pretty much the whole episode. The episode was good. Like I said, this review is gonna be long. Y'all get over it. Get my comments, talk to me, I'll talk back. Bye.